The one who is working with Belisatra, the one who had Black Mercy, and is currently wielding the sword Affliction. Raggy is, I don't know if you can see it, he's messing with a envelope that I left on the floor. Raggy, say hi to the stream. Raggy, you want to come say hi? You want to come say hi to the stream? Or are you just going to sit right there? There he is. Raggy, say hi. You want to say hi? What's up? I love you. No thoughts, head empty. Oh, he's looking at me. Look at him. I love him so much. Where was I? So Semyaza is the mysterious stranger from the beginning of the book. He's the one who is looking for the Abomination Vault. He is the one that is leading all these assaults on Eden, on the Crowfather. I can't get over Raggy just right there. Perfectly framed by the arm of the chair, the leg of the easel, and my arm. Raggy! Hello! Hello! This is just going to be the rest of the stream. Raggy stares at you while intense music plays. Do I have like a disc in at all? Okay, hold on. That would be a new play. Can I help you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, 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 not on the keyboard. How did you start the music again? Raggy's stream now. Oh, here's Mitty. Hi, Mitty. Mitty, do you want to come over here? Or are you just gonna... Mitty, where are you right now? Mitty, are you aware? Oh, here she comes. Okay, where are you going to walk? Where are you going to? Hold on, let me move that. Yeah? Can I help you? Mitty, you're gonna hate me for this, I know, but like... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It was Mitty's stream, very briefly. Bother the betrayal. See, the difference is that Raggy is a very swift boyo and got out of the way before I could pick him up and place him gently on the ground like the 10-pound sack of potatoes he is. Whereas Mitty is maybe not the quickest cat on the uptake I've ever had, and thus leaves herself open for something like that. Natalie has made chicken Mexican rice, and I'm gonna eat some of it. Ooh. Fuck, that's good. Thank you. And I have Mountain Dew Amp Game Fool. Game Fool? I am the Game Fool. It's me. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Charged Cherry Burst. Because new chapter, fresh slate. I mean, it's not a fresh slate. We're starting from... Oh! Actually, there is one other thing that I want to talk about. before we get into the next chapter, because I've been fucking sitting on this for weeks now, or at the very least 1 week. I don't actually know how long I've had this tab open. But I was looking up... God, what was it? I was having a discussion about Hitman with some friends. And I mentioned that there were 2 Hitman movies. The first one with Timothy Olyphant. Timothy Olyphant. The second one with some actor I don't remember the name of. But I also mentioned that the first movie has Olga Kurylenko in it, who, among other things, is also in James Bond 007 and Quantum of Solace, unfortunately the worst Daniel Craig Bond film, and Max Payne, where she plays... I forget what Mona Sachs' sister's name is. Natasha? I don't fucking remember. Whatever. Excuse me. But I decided to look up what other movies Olga Kurylenko's been in, because the only movies that I remember her from are ones that suck. And I found this movie that she is apparently playing the lead in, called Empires of the Deep. And I want to go ahead and read you the Wikipedia page for this, because I read it, and it was fucking bonkers. So let me go ahead and just kind of read through. So we're gonna go ahead start with the opening to this Wikipedia page. Empires of the Deep is an unreleased 3D action-adventure fantasy film conceived by John Jiang, directed by Michael French, written by Randall Frakes, and starring Olga Kurylenko. I guess I was mispronouncing her name, my bad. It was described by the production team as an unlikely love story between a young human and a mermaid set in a mythical world, against the backdrop of a war among the titular empires of the deep, such as the Crabs. It is reported to be a major US-Chinese co-production, its production budget reaching over $130 million. The film was last reported as being in post-production and seeking worldwide distribution. In 2010, the film's English working title was Mermaid Island USA vs. the Plesiosaurs. In late 2012, a 3D preview trailer was released to critics who responded with largely negative reviews. In December 2014, the movie was announced as complete and due for release in China in December 2015, after almost 5 years of post-production. Mostly coming from the visual effects, which had increased the budget to well over $140 million US. As of December 2020, the film remains unreleased, though going through 4 directors, 10 scriptwriters, and with many of the actors in production and technical crews still unpaid. Development and plot. Chinese oligarch John Jiang's original brainchild in 2006 was to make a Greek mythical aqua-adventure epic based on Poseidon, but with a geopolitical patriotic twist featuring the South China Sea as a Chinese territory. The story is centered on creatures fighting for power in the deep and unknown 80% of Earth's water, also known as oceans. Mermaids reign as the protectors of the ocean since the creation of Earth, but peace is ruined by betrayal and dark spirits of the deeps, the reptiles. So this is where things kind of go a little off the rails. The film is the vanity project of a realtor billionaire John Jiang Hongyu, who financed part of the film's budget. The screenplay went through 40 drafts and took over 4 years using a total of 10 screenwriters. Initially, Monica Bellucci was set to star in the film, although she eventually dropped out and Sharon Stone was courted and then replaced with Olga Kurylenko. So, at a minimum, Olga Kurylenko was choice number 3 for this role, which is a bit rough on her, admittedly. Catwoman director, Pitoff, was set to direct, although he too eventually dropped out, only to be replaced by Michael French and then 2 more directors. The Romanian actress Irina Violette quit the movie halfway through and had to escape the mountainside film set Subsequently, her character, the mermaid Dada, who is the bodyguard of Akka, played by John Jang's mistress, Shi Yun-fei, was cut from the film. Tom Archdeacon, who was to play a human, also left shooting of the movie. The movies were planned to be a franchise on the scale of Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, with a trilogy to be made and an accompanying animated series, video games, and a theme park in China. Director Michael French hosted a press reception of it and a preview of the trailer at his studio in Beijing, China on April 27, 2010 in a complete 3-day format having journalists wear 3D glasses. On June 9, 2010, over 100 on-set photos from the film were revealed. It's just 10 screenwriters, 4 directors. One person had to escape a film set, which, like, what the fuck does that mean? And this movie is done from the sound of things. And it hasn't come out yet. Admittedly, now is maybe not the best time to release a movie. Or maybe it is. I don't know how well things are going with streaming services right now. Though WB did just announce that they were putting all of their films on HBO Max as they come out over the course of 2021. Which, like, hey, fucking cool. I'll drink to that, bro. Love how it escalates. Appropriate background music. I love how it escalates as the story gets wackier. Yeah, it's just... I had never heard of this movie until like a few weeks ago. And now it just... I can't stop thinking about it. Maybe the producer really, really wanted it in theaters. Probably. But like if he really, really wanted it in theaters, it probably would have been released like 5 years ago. So the only thing that I can fathom is that he's been shopping it around to distribution companies and nobody fucking wants it. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, the fact that they had to replace the main character and, like, the way that it went is that, like, you started with Monica Bellucci, considered Sharon Stone, and then and then apparently settled for Olga Kurylenko, which, no disrespect to Olga Kurylenko, I think she's a good actor. It's just unfortunate that she's been in shit movies. The fact that someone had to escape a film set, and then their character was apparently so infinitesimally important to the film's plot that it could just be cut completely, and that her character was the bodyguard of the director's mistress? Like, is this a guy that's, like, already married? Like, what is mistress in this context? Like, fuck! Just, wow. Just... I need to see this movie. Like... I feel like... And, God, that last bit just hits you like a ton of bricks where it's just like, oh, by the way, it's supposed to be a trilogy, it's supposed to have an animated series, it's supposed to have video games, and it's supposed to have a fucking theme park, which, I mean, he's a realtor billionaire, he could probably make that happen. Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck. How do you plan that much? Like, I have to imagine that this thing is going to bomb and none of this is going to actually happen. But, like, fuck. Imagine if it did, though. I would watch and play all of that. Coming soon to the Shark Stream, whatever the fucking Empires of the Deep video game is. Oh, I've arrived at an emotional time. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and watch the VOD for this, because... Or, you know what? Moose, look up Empires of the Deep on Wikipedia, and just read through the Wikipedia page real quick for me. Report back once with your findings. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and get back to our book. We are on chapter 14. I'm going to leave that right there so I know where it is and I don't have to fucking lose it again. The title sounds like a lost thriller from the 80s. You're right. War shifted in Ruin's saddle, glowering around him, apparently trying to keep watch in every direction at once. This is a vile place. This is the least of what hell offers, Death told him. This is nothing. That is a vile place. He held Harvester before him, pointing, and even War could scarcely repress a shudder at what he saw. He'd taken it initially to be nothing but a hill in the landscape, an uneven but otherwise mundane fold in the contours of this hellish plain. No, a moment's scrutiny revealed that to be an illusion, created by the layers of soot and dust that had for centuries coated that bulge. Oh, whoa? What's this? Said War. I'm sorry. I had to get it in there. It was, in fact, a mound of flesh, protruding obscenely from the fractured rock. Had it been more uniform, more squishy, it might have seemed almost like blister against the skin of hell. You're not sorry at all. You're correct! As it was, the irregular shape, to say nothing of the folds and creases of skin that marred its surface, contradicted that particular impression. Even as War stared, the entire mound quivered as though growing excited, almost aroused. That's repulsive, War said finally. I thought the oh-whoa was because of the mention of a bulge. It is! It was!